Mr. Chair, and thanks to the witnesses. Congratulations on your nominations. First, Mr. Chair, I want to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record 4 letters from more than 80 organizations opposed to Mr. Berry's nomination and 4 letters from more than 60 organizations opposed to Commissioner Lucas's nomination.
Without objection.
Thank you. Commissioner Lucas, thank you for what you're doing in a situation that's sort of intolerable and that I believe is intolerable, serving as the chairman of a commission that's supposed to, by law, have 5 members and only has 2. And you don't have a quorum, and that's not your fault. But I do think there is fault in that, and I think there's an intentional strategy that I see happening in agencies established by Congress, and many are agencies where there are commissions or committees that are supposed to have a majority membership from the president's party and a minority membership from the party that is not in the White House. And that's to try to create some notion of balance, but also recognize that winning the White House confers the ability to have majority representation on these committees. But what I'm seeing my colleagues do, and the White House as well, is fire Democrats, as 2 were fired on the EEOC, not nominate people to have a quorum, or when they are nominated, not nominate the Democratic members. We have had a series of votes on the floor this week, not with respect to the EEOC, but other organizations like the FTC, where the tradition that has been honored by all Republican presidents and all Democratic presidents of having a full commission with a full quorum, with a majority from the president's party, that has been honored in this body for a very long time. But this year it's not being honored. And we're allowing the possibly illegal firing of members of commissions like the EOC, and the administration is choosing to forward Republican nominees but not Democratic nominees. And my colleagues, instead of insisting, hey, look, the law is the law, fair is fair, it will be a Republican majority but not a Republican monopoly, are not acting to empower the commission. So you're doing what you can without a quorum, and I know that you've been asked plenty of questions about that, and you've also pointed out there are things that you can't do without a quorum, but that's on Congress and the administration. But I just want to let my colleagues and the greater American public know that these bodies are important. They do important work. I mean, you testify to the importance of your work in your written testimony as somebody who, in your childhood, you had the experience of seeing what it was like to have a parent who was discriminated against. These are agencies that are important, and an intentional effort to kneecap them by keeping them without a quorum or hyper-partisan them by refusing to nominate members of the minority party does a disservice to the important mission of each of these agencies. And I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Again, that's not on you, that's on the president and on this body, which has the power under Article 1 to offer advice and consent on presidential nominations. Mr. Berry, I do have a question for you. I was made aware that during your interview with the Democratic staff of the committee, you stated that women want to work part-time when you were asked about engaging more women in the workforce, and apparently there were follow-up questions, and you sort of said the same thing. How many women in this room work full-time? Raise your hands if you're a woman who works full-time. Okay. I see a number of hands going up among the women in the room. Behind me and here, I'm seeing some over in the other room who are raising their hands. I mean, do you think that like part-time work is sort of more of a woman's thing?
Senator, I appreciate the chance to clarify that. That was in fact not what I said. What I said was that labor market surveys of various types, I was thinking of some recent ones by American Compass in particular, had revealed that a very substantial number of women in the workforce, or excuse me, just women in America, have a stated or revealed preference in favor of a greater amount of part-time or flexible work. That's sort of nothing more, nothing less. This was not a categorical statement about women at all. It was a survey-driven, data-driven observation.
So there are men who want to work part-time and men who want to work full-time, and there are women who want to work part-time and women who want to work full-time, and the opportunities that are available to men and women should be equal, correct?
100%, Senator.
And you would acknowledge, as somebody who's worked in this area professionally, that there are still significant barriers to women in the workplace, correct?
Yes.
Now, that puzzles me, though, because I understand in response to a question from Senator Baldwin earlier, and I might have gotten this wrong too, so you can correct, that you do support eliminating the Department of Labor's Women's Bureau. Is that correct?
So, Senator, what I said was that I support the president's decision in terms of the agenda that he chooses to put forward, but I've not personally advocated for that.
I'm over time. Thank you.